pinakita ko sa'yo.
But
1,000.
scoring for postseason
Tinan mo
in the
ako
mix
ilang
of this
minutes na lang
13 game winning streak. They could
Yung
manage the
cellphone ko
Warriors
hindi na
if
mabuksan.
they can close this out in 4. But right now, it's looking like San Antonio
Teka lang, tingnan
are the
natin ko
idea.
ilang
They've really
minutes na
played a
lang.
good
5
second
minutes
half
na
so
lang yan.
far, haven't they?
Enough na.
You got to have a lot of respect for this young team because they come up with this incredible environment where they're ready to blow the roof off the place and they're trying to score the party. You see the Knicks having won since 73 and they're on the brink.
Victor Wembanyama was not
Yeah, he really has stepped up again. Massively. That was an unbelievable shot. They got themselves the lead at the moment. But can they hang on to it? Really, the defense, the swarming, hustling defense of the Spurs has really been impressive in this second half.
And also, we haven't seen as many self-inflicted turnovers by San Antonio. That has been so critical. Also, as you see Victor Wembanyama's stats here tonight, big first half. The Brody Fox has been critical for San Antonio for the younger Hawker because, as you mentioned earlier, he is clearly out there.
Yeah, he's very open and it was interesting to see that Wemby had a good first half because he's been a no-show in the first 2 games in terms of the first half. So Mitchell Robinson looking a little bit crestfallen, sat on the bench. We'll go back to the action and see if the Spurs can we obviously have an obvious swing point. Castle now chasing Brunson. Brunson gets inside. Sidestep. Look out, banks it in. That's the foul. And that's Wemby right there. You've got to keep that ball contained. When Jalen Brunson comes on that, he's going to turn the corner on the sideline. Right here. Wemby, you've got to cut that basketball off and now. Jalen Brunson, that's 7'5" in your rearview mirror. Yeah, quick timeout taken there because a 5-point lead. Let's face it, that's absolutely nothing, especially if Brunson gets going. And I guess one of the reasons why Brunson has been a bit stop-start, why the offense for the Knicks has been a bit stop-start, is because Brunson got himself in that foul problem.
Yeah, and you and I out there were talking about when they're going to bring Brunson in. And one thing to keep an eye on is who has gas left in the tank. You would like to think that Brunson will. Because he's played pretty much all of the fourth quarter. And so you see Brunson outrunning the entire team. Victor has to step a foot on the sideline to act as a third defender. That way he is unable to turn that corner back.
We're leading the way in terms of points and also leading the way in terms of usually it's Castle that's been a little bit more than him today, but they are getting some serious minutes out of Wemby on a consistent basis now. There is that risk that you're going to get a bit of a wear down. But yeah, we've always talked about the Spurs bench, but Mitch Johnson, has really just prioritised Castle, Wemby, Vassell, Fox, Champagny, Harper, and Keldon Johnson. But that's about it, really.
I mean, you got to know what your horses. This is do or die, as we alluded to. Victor, you can rest in the offseason. We need you to be on the floor because it's just that big of an impact on both sides of the ball. That's a huge play there. Like I keep mentioning, San Antonio must get great possessions here for the final 7 minutes.
Yeah, it really is a time for, as you said before, a young team.
There's no pressure. You're not supposed to be here. You're almost playing with house money. The pressure is on you. What you don't want to do is you don't want to go to Fox Bank Arena with the San Antonio Spurs with a little bit of wind in their back.
The Spurs need to get in Madison Square Garden. Give yourself a lead in the fourth quarter. You first and work that KW just so the season down in the mix. And then you come back and game 4 and win that one. Totally different series. It really has
it's almost like I'm just focusing on tonight. Just get this one, and then we'll worry about tomorrow. If you can get this one, all of a sudden New York starts to feel the pressure. You start to think, we rules. You can't go back to San Antonio tied up.
Shooting percentages have dropped because there's been a lot more misses in this second half, particularly in the fourth quarter, but they're still shooting. Both teams are shooting very efficiently, 49%. Yeah, all around. Anybody who couldn't get in here, there's a lot of, there's so much interest, isn't there, around the city. All five boroughs just really get behind the music.
Well, you know who I don't feel sorry for? Those bartenders up in there, because they're laughing it up, honestly, when those bartenders come out later on tonight. But that is so fine. Make it like that.
5-point game. 7.5 remaining. Fox, Marcel, Champagne, and Wembanyama. The Fox, good look for three. Too strong, Wembanyama tips it, walks it out of bounds. He's going to his L's by Towns. And they're going to challenge. Because they can challenge the out of bounds. They can say there was a foul prior to that. Wembanyama right away looked over to the bench and asked for a challenge. Here's the play. Right hand on Zorn. That looks like that'll be overturned as well. And it should be overturned. Towns just having a much more even battle this game 3 with Wemby, isn't he? Because I think everyone agreed that Towns did a really nice job in getting us out of this position. But Wemby's had his way this time. We're gonna hear from Ian. He's ready to talk, is it? The review is still ongoing, but yeah, that should be a pretty easy one for the officials. This stop-start that we're now seeing in the fourth quarter, to start this break, does that favour the Spurs or does it favour the Knicks?
It favours New York because the Spurs have the momentum in the fourth quarter. So, I mean, maybe you look at it and you say, maybe it eliminates the fatigue factor for San Antonio. Where if you're San Antonio, you're a young team. You want to be let go. You want to get up and down. You don't want this false confidence. A team like New York is a little bit older who can execute a little bit more. It's got to favor New York.
Yeah, you would think so.
The replay is what this is a possible foul to the out of bounds decision that Towns grabbed when he saw therefore on the stage. Football foul. Wembanyama's utility on the free throw.
Three challenges that absolutely needed to be overturned. And you see Towns punched that right hand. Just grab his right arm. And again, because they're in the penalty, as Towns picks up this fourth foul. And Wembanyama will shoot the free throws. We talked about short break with the Knicks. John Harris is the man behind the bench doing the magic for the San Antonio Spurs. They didn't even get a chance to even look at it. They just trusted Wemby. He was so emphatic when he turned to the sideline. It was not going to be time. That ball was going to be taken out of bounds. They trusted their star, and it paid off. Sometimes the trust is a star. Sometimes it's the guy who rarely looks to the bench for that. And then there are the players who have
Well, you see coaches sometimes just do it for their stars. You trust in them to build that trust. Like, hey, he's asking for it. I'm going to review it. Even if it's not, like you said, an iPad review behind.
Wemby knocks down another free throw. 28 points for Victor Wembanyama. It's back to 7 for San Antonio. And I think now on 7, you start to play with one person, Jalen Brunson, because you have a better chance of taking away the three-point shooting. Osborne's now on Brunson. Castle currently on the bench. Brunson double. Inside Anunoby. Anunoby on the foul line. Shoots the jumper. And the soft touch comes through. 24 points. He's 8 of 10 from the field. Both teams have shot the ball well. Defense all night. Fox. Nice crossover against inside. Might have
It's good. Just the third field goal for Fox, and it's back to 7 again. Wow. That's the 25. That's the game score. And Sacramento, that was a nasty inside-out dribble in a very tight driving lane.
He doesn't have to do it every night for the Spurs, but certainly still capable. Looks to drive, corner three is short. Harper gets the rebound, looks to push, and it will be in front of him. Harper sidestep, blocked by Anunoby. Harper rebound. Another spectacular defensive play. Taylor Green off the mark. Runs and catches it. Goes inside. Land takes it in. And the foul. Nobody's blocked. It's a 3-point play to the end.
Carl Anthony Towns hasn't hit a three. I think that's his first attempt, but Brunson in the right spot at the right time. Goes up strong, and look, you can have confidence to go up in that paint and focus when you can see Whitney is not around. It's a much harder shot when you're kind of looking over your shoulder for him.
Players. Obviously, Wembanyama was Defensive Player of the Year, but he's looking at a player like Anunoby, looking at a player like Paxson. These are elite defensive players.
The block by Anunoby. An opportunity there. Go up 90 for San Antonio. What a turnaround.
Anunoby on Fox. Picks him up.
Alley-oop for Anthony. Layup. And he just gently taps it in. 30 points for Victor Wembanyama.
Looks as if the screen nearly poked away. Brunson tied up and throws it off of himself. Mike Brown arguing with Curtis Blair. It's going to be Nick Ball. 7 to shoot.
These guards make you work so hard, RJ. The amount of pressure out of the field, the number of guys that can hand them off to you. So they're trying to sub right now to get them more chance for what is going on?
And as one will listen, they get out of the ball, and they stop it all of a sudden. They handle the ball to the next, the ball went down. Mark Davis and Curtis Blair now discussing it. They were trying to do it.
They have more time to look at the iPad. That stuff buys them a few seconds. They handed him the ball, and Harper just walked into the game.
They were thinking of challenging it, thought maybe knocked off Brunson first.
And Carlos Harper got up to the table too late. He coming out of the game right there, but he just walked on the floor anyway.
So now there's 6 to shoot. Shamet looking. Anunoby gets it. 5 of the 24. Anunoby step back, fires away. Can't get it. Mark the rebound. New 14 on the shot clock. Shamet lines it up. In and out. Got it. Rebound. Champagne comes down with it. 6-point game with 5 to play. Fox falling away. Shot won't go. Rebound goes to Brunson. Brunson the crossover. Goes right into Champagne and turned it over. Dangerous pass. Vassell to Wemby. Wemby spins inside, layup, foul. And more free throws for Wembanyama. 6 of 7 from the line tonight. Fouls on Shamet. He's got 5 fouls in 22 minutes.
And the pressure on Brunson, I think, had an effect, RJ. I mean, it's just, imagine handling the ball against this level of pressure, this number of guys that can switch off and keep him in front. That time, he just did not see that there was another defender waiting in his lap, forced a turnover. San Antonio quickly up the offensive attack. Set up.
Perfect free throw form. Back up to 7. Well, after that game 2 finish, Wembanyama said, yes, I'll use it as fuel for the next game. Boy, yes, he used that fuel. 31, 7, 5, plus block shots. He's got 2 of those as well. 34 minutes of play.
Well, and that's what we talked about. It's a full 48 minutes. He had a great second half. Even with that turnover, he had a great second half left in. But in the first half, he had 4 points. He put together a full 40-minute game so far. 5 minutes to go.
And the Garden crowd very anxious right now. Brunson leads there. Shot missed it. Wembanyama the Harper looks, drives, spins, gets inside. Lost it out of bounds. Last touch by Rich, 10 to shoot. And Mitch Johnson wants to talk it over. A huge possession. Spurs an 8-point lead, trying to get right back in the series with 4.5 to play on the road. I'll tell you, Landry Shaman is disappointed in his rather big bench. Shaman has been hitting 2 or 3 triples, which is stock in trade per game. 1 of 7 tonight. When you get fouls and points, you know it's not really good night for you. So the bench really hasn't come up class. The bench has not been big tonight.
Yeah, you expect that to kind of even itself out over time. But for New York over the last couple of minutes, I think as a fan,
New York is challenging the out-of-bounds decision that was awarded to San Antonio. Review it as well for a process up.
So we get another review, as you can see it here. This fourth quarter, I mean, we could be seeing an hour's worth of play here. And as you said, the Knicks won't be so unhappy about that, but they don't seem at the moment to be able to capitalise on this.
The Knicks are
That's from Mark Davis, so they're checking it out right now. Doesn't look like it hit the Knicks.
it looked like the last person was Harper.
That's Harper, the last one to touch that.
Now, that would be their second challenge, and then be out of challenges. But right now, with them down 8, every possession is so important. Oh, what an angle right there. Those fingertips by Harper. It doesn't appear like after Harper touched it, does it touch the fingertips of Anunoby? That's why officials tell you the hardest call for them is the out-of-bounds call. As a person that was an official for a quarter of a summer league game, upon review, it was determined that the ball was last touched by Harper's left hand. Therefore, this is a successful challenge. However, there will be some and they have no additional challenges.
But the Knicks will get the ball back. Still plenty of time remaining. The Spurs with a magnificent here in the fourth quarter, an 8-point lead.
Well, if you're going to burn us with challenges, they burned him up in the right way. One of them basically saved a 4-point play potentially, and then this one, San Antonio would have had that ball in the baseline with plenty of time on this possession to score.
Look at the points in the second half of the Knicks. The Spurs defense is just ferocious. So Shaman runs it hard. Towns back in and Anunoby.
All right, last 4 minutes, like Jalen Brunson looks like he's been putting in a lot of work. He's possible put the ball in Carl Anthony Towns' hand and then try and get some movement around him. I mean, they're going to go to this, one of their favorite sets. So look over, Josh Hart could deliver the ball. Great cut right there by Shaman, though.
Good ball movement. Towns fakes the three, finds Brunson, extra pass. Shaman off the bounce inside. Layup blocked by Wemby. What a recovery from Victor Wembanyama, his third block of the game. Fox gets inside. Wemby tries the three-pointer. Can't get it. For the rebound. Inside Wembanyama, left-hand and won't go. And Wemby quick outlet to Brunson. Brunson drives to his right, is canceled and draws the foul.
This play was way too casual. Landry Shaman got the angle on him, but you got to use the rim. You got to go to the other side. Wemby still might get it, but you just put it in front of the rim. You got to get over there and you put it on the glass on the other side as quickly as possible. Anything above that cylinder, Wemby's going to catch up and recover and get it.
They want their team to come back for Game 5. So they pack the Frost Bank Center. Welcome into the free throw. Coming up after the conclusion of Game 3 of the finals. Flip over to ESPN inside the NBA. Presented by Lilly. Charles, Shaq, and Draymond Green are right here at Madison Square Garden. 3:40 remaining, fourth quarter. Spurs with a 7-point lead. Well, this really is nail-chewing time. What do you think the Spurs need to do now just to maintain and control this lead and trying to see this thing out?
Defensively, be solid, you have the lead. And you asked me a question earlier, who I think is San Francisco officials favorite, and I said New York. And actually, it favors San Antonio. You know why? Because they have totally eliminated the difficult to keep a crowd involved in a game when, there's no minimum, there's no game flow. So right now, everything is favoring San Antonio. I would like to see them offensively play through Wemby. Allow him to catch the ball in the mid-post. I don't want to see him at the top of the key trying to create something off the dribble, either swing roll action or let him catch it with a live dribble.
This has certainly been his best game of the series. I think they do hold on here. I think this becomes now a whole new series. The way it's works his way into it. Can they hold on? Because we know things can come back. Game 3, it's up 2 games to nothing. Spurs desperately need a win and avoid falling behind 3 games to nothing. Back and forth, they win. But San Antonio, with another answer, they've been challenged time and time again in these playoffs. And right now, 7-point lead with 3 quarters remaining. Another free throw now for Brunson. Some more anxious Knicks fans throughout the boroughs of New York City. Brunson, 26 points. Report here for San Antonio and how they operate their offense. They've got to continue to put pressure on the rim with Victor Wembanyama on ball screens. And the most important thing now, they've been in this position before. Security is everything. You've got to make sure you don't turn it over. You get shots every trip. Again, as you said, just 7 turnovers for San Antonio. Castle finds Fox. Fox on the drive. Leans in. Well defended by Anunoby. Falls down. Ball locked loose. Still loose out of bounds. You can fall down. That's not a travel. Here, Fox turned out on the wide open three. He thought he was going to be able to get an angle for their drive. Disastrous possession for the Spurs. Just said it. You can't have turnovers when you're trying to close out a game on the road. Thompson to Bridges. Bridges to Towns. Quick 3-pointers up. In and out. Rebound Harkless. It's now here in the fourth quarter. 0 for 9 from 3. That's a look at drives. Patel wide open 3-pointers. And Towns with the rebound. Thompson will pull back. Patel on him. Just over 2.5 remaining. Brunson finds Hart. Back to Brunson. Face the 3. Drives inside. Sidestep. Right-handed shot block. Towns got a piece of it. Knocked out of bounds. Towns. Blocked by Fox. And it's Nick Ball with 4.7 remaining. Just smothering defense from San Antonio. Starts with the hard close out by Wemby. To force Brunson off that 3-point line. And then you just get everybody flooding to the rim. You get your guards to come down and help protect the rim. What a help. Darren Fox finding the last line. Brunson looks inside Towns. Towns on his back. Once again, knocked out of bounds. He wanted a foul. 3.2 now to shoot. This is just incredible defense. So the crowd just saw a replay of the big screen. No challenge for the Knicks to take a look. Bridges back to Brunson. He's got to put it up. Shot clock winding down. Shot is up. Shot is good. There's a 4-point game with 2:20 remaining. Castle walks it up slowly. The Spurs have struggled in the final 2-3 minutes of games with Zip Bucket. Where do they go for their offense now? Wemby and Towns really pushing and shoving each other. Wembanyama comes out. Shot blocked and floor. Now the dribble. Shot clock running down. Castle has to put it up. Spurs lead. And what a bailout. That possession was going nowhere. Bridges lost the handle, gets it back. Into the hands of Brunson. Fox picks it off. In the corner to Bridges. Fires away. Shot on goal. Over the rebound. His ninth rebound. Still 123 remaining, but right now the Spurs in control, taking time.